Show you already know you. All right, so what's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Tuesday night, pretty petty Tuesday, all up in your area. And tonight on the Daily Go Getterism Show, we are talking about your bully and your baby. When they are your bully and your baby, the bully and your baby, 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 bully and your baby. Bully and your baby, bully and your baby, bully and your baby, bully and your baby, bully and your. Now, what we mean by that is normally in a couple, in a relationship, there's always one person that's dominant. But when you say that somebody is a bully, you literally mean that they kind of push you around. Now, that doesn't necessarily always have to be an intimidation thing or a brute force type of thing or even a negative thing. It doesn't always have to be that way. But when it is that way, you have to acknowledge that it is that way and decide if you want to be in a situation like that. Some people really don't want to be in a situation like that, even if it's positive sometimes, because when you think about what bullying is, especially in its modern sense, anybody can be bullied and anybody can bully. But when you talk about my baby is my bully, when they are your baby and your bully, you're talking about, you may just be talking about persuasion. Like, you may be in love with somebody so much that they can get you to do things that you wouldn't normally do or ordinarily do for anybody else in any other situation. But maybe their love and their energy is so strong that every time they come around with this new situation, this new idea, and you like, I don't want to do this shit. Who does that? Next thing you know, you're doing it. All right, so that's what we're talking about tonight. So are we ready? 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 Wait a minute, let me take these rings off. I'm gonna be beating on drums and whatnot. If I'm gonna be beating on drums and whatnot, I gotta take this thing off. Please hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Let's get this thing started early. Please don't get stingy with the likes early in the game. This is going to be a good show tonight. This is going to be kind of cerebral. We're getting back into our cerebral roots tonight. So when they are your bully and your baby at the same time, and listen, I know y'all see the poll question up there. Does it, as long as two people love each other, does it matter which one is dominant in the relationship? I mean, listen, you can answer the question honestly, and I would expect, respect, and ask that you would answer it honestly. I mean, if men, normally you are expected to be the leader in your relationship, but you might be so in love with your chick, she might just have that energy so much that you wind up doing things that you wouldn't normally do. I don't care if it's like ice skating. Like, I ain't getting on no ice skates, man. I ain't trying to do that. You know what I mean? You think I am? You know what I mean? Dorothy Hamill or somebody? Next thing you know, you on ice skates. Falling all over the place, whatever. Lace up them skates and you'll be all right. Let's get it popping, y'all. Daily Go Get 'Em is the show. You think it ain't when it is. You think it won't when it whiz. We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. And everything is going to be all right. We're talking about them, my baby and my bully tonight. Then my baby and my bully. My baby, you know, like that's my baby. She always get me to do shit I don't want to do. I said I wasn't going to do it. Anybody ever have you to the point where, have you ever been in love to the point where you have to think ahead of time how you're going to take up for yourself next time? What I'm talking about? Now, see, I'm going to act as an advocate tonight, and I may say some things that are unpopular with some people. Like, I'm going to declare that all bullying is not necessarily bad. All bullying is not necessarily bad. It could just be an influence, but the influence might be so strong that you might feel like you got bullied. You know what I mean? Like you might feel like you got bullied, like you got pushed around. I mean, they're not telling you the wrong thing to do. They might be telling you the right thing to do, but you wasn't ready to do it. Not only that, but it wasn't even your idea. You know what I mean? You know, messed around and got a better job out of this shit. You wasn't looking to do that. You wasn't looking to do that. You might have just been coasting or chilling right where you were. Let me give a shout out to my people. What up? T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And let's see, DSP. I don't know DSP. So he says, so what happens if it is a men and men relationship? I don't know. You tell me. Well, we're not talking about none of that shit. Nico Scarpetti says Diddy is in Barbados banging. Oh my God, this is what we doing tonight? I mean, really? This is what y'all want to do? Quantum said, quantum wave pattern. Damn, that message is gone. My girl Maritza Allberg, what's good? Good to see a comment of reason. What up, Maritza? How you feeling, man? Good to see me. Some you and also my people's Full Metal Chad. My people's Full Metal Chad all up in the house. What's good? Yeah, there's some normal cats. Those other cats at the top of the chat chain, they're a little shaky. They're a little, I don't know, you know. Hey, listen, you do what you do, but we do what we do here, and we don't do that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. All right, so then you're bullying your baby. What do you know about somebody being your bully and your baby? You know, just like I was asking a few minutes ago, like, yeah, have you ever had to decide in advance, like, I don't care what idea they come up with today, I'm not doing it. I'm not trying to hear it. The answer is no. I am standing up for myself in the face of all this persuasion, this sexy persuasion, this smooth skin, fat-assed, big titty persuasion, this beautiful smile, pretty-eyed, not pretty-eyed, pretty-eyed, this smooth skin, fat-assed, big titty, pretty-eyed, beautiful faced persuasion. I'm going to stand up for myself. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. No way. What up, my girl Vita B? What up? What up, Vita? Good to see me. Some you always, not some of the time, always. Full Metal Chat says it's too late for me to call in, but I'll stick around for a bit. I appreciate that. That's love right there. Appreciate it. And Full Metal Chat says I talk too loud and my family is sleeping. Yeah, you know, look, we treat 2 a.m. like 2 p.m. around here.
We treat 2 in the morning like 2 in the afternoon. Like, it's whatever. It's whatever. Look, I mean, this is when we do the show. I know my neighbors be like, yo, it's 2 in the morning. Why do I hear drums being beat? Why do I hear drums at 2 in the morning? Why? Why come? But it be like that sometimes. Andre Goodson, what's good, man? Man, we living good out here. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. So we talking about when they are your bully and your baby. What do y'all know about somebody being your bully and your baby? Like, yo, that's my joint right there. You know what I mean? I be loving her. I be loving her. I be loving her. I be loving her. But she always got some new ideas. Sometimes when I don't want to go through it, here come the tears. Or sometimes she get mad and she pretty as shit when she get mad, make a nigga feel bad. I gotta find a way to switch it around. And I'ma start it right now. I don't care if she cry or if she really fly. I'm not going down like do or die. So she can keep the water works. I'm going to make the daughter hurt. And no, the answer is no. Yo, you want a blowjob? I meant to say no, but she going down she go. What man is going to say no to that? Certainly not I. Do that. So, all right. Okay. Scene flexing was good. What's up, my peoples, man? Good to see me some y'all, man. I mean, appreciate it. Appreciate it when y'all get up on a late night. Like, man, let me see what's up with this YouTube. Hold on. I got, the boy's son is live. Let me see talking about tonight. Before I go to bed. Good. Vita says, my daughter in her last 2 months of senior been trying to dominate me. It's something serious. She been a bully. For real talk. For real talk. I need guidance. And that's actually a very, very, very good example because your babies are literally your babies. And some children are so dominating and so persistent. Yeah, you can feel bullied by your own children. And don't let them be good in school and good otherwise. It'd be different if they was bad. It'd be different if they were undisciplined. It'd be different if they had no ambition. It'd be different if all they wanted to do was cause chaos and act bratty. But yeah, you can get bullied by your kids. Now, a lot of parents are not going to admit to that. But just think about it in terms of when you all by yourself and you get to thinking like, you know what? I got bullied today. And shout out to all my bedroom bullies out there. Yeah, my bedroom bullies out there. Yo, I don't care. Brothers, I don't care if you are a flyweight, 110, 120 pounds. I don't care if your chick is thicker than a Snicker. She got you by like 80, 90. When you in that bedroom, you got to move them around. You know what I mean? Make sure she feel them sex muscles. Come here. Move. Open wider. Stop running. Come here. Trust me, they respect that shit. Now you ain't gotta be all. Don't go copying somebody else shit. And remember, be safe. Remain sexy. But don't be having your little thick chick thinking she could throw you around in the bed, fuck your whole shit up. But if you the type that get bullied in bed, hey, I mean, as long as everything work out to your advantage in the long run. But I say you should throw your little flyweight around her. Come here, man. Come here. Come and talk to you. Come here, let me talk. Hey, listen, I got something I want to say, and I got something I want to do. You hear me? Get in your ear a little bit. Hey, yo, I told you, I got something that I gotta say to you, and it's important. And I got something I want to do to you, and I'm gonna say what I gotta say to you first, and then I'm gonna do what I gotta do to you after that. You with it? Well, I don't know. I might be with it. What is it? I ain't telling you first. Not yet. And ain't nobody asked you to interrupt. So check this out. I'm saying, it's just a little example. Just a little example. Brandon Stacks. Stacks is back in the building. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. And Kishwana, Kishana, what's good? It says, I can walk away from anybody that want to walk with me, or I can walk away from anybody that want to walk with me, especially if they act. You can walk away from anybody who wants to walk with you? That's an interesting way to put it. But we talking about a good situation here. We talking about when your baby is your bully. We're not talking about no negativity. We're not talking about no toxic type of relationship. We're talking about more of an influential type of relationship. You know, because sometimes you get with somebody that they might not be your polar opposite, but they may have different ideas, different worldviews than you have. So they might be trying to introduce you to some new shit that you may not be all that comfortable with at first. But I'm talking about some safe shit. You know what I mean? Not no shit where you're gonna have to take the stand in court. You know what I mean? Put your hand on the Bible. I'm not talking about nothing like that. I'm just talking about some things that they may have introduced you to, and they may be so persistent at it, so manipulative at it, that you wind up doing things that you never thought that you would do. And they coming up with new shit. You know how it is when you're in a new type of situation. A new type of situation. But then again, you could be with somebody for years and have been getting bullied for years. But like I said, not in a negative way. And we you know, just want to make sure that we understand each other. That's all. Peyton realigns. I love to finger paint. I'm paint. I chill, side. Yeah, yo. Y'all gotta chill. Vita says she want to dress for prom 400 plus. I'm saying why? She won't pay. Shoot, 400 plus? That's actually not bad nowadays. That's not bad. Andre Goodson says some serious furniture moving in the bed. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, Andre. You know what I mean? Salute. That's right. Let me get something. Let me get something that could be a woman. All right, hold on. Yo, I got the perfect John. Come here, with your little thick ass. You think, hold on. Come here. Let me talk to you. Listen. You listening? Listen, I'm saying, hold on, chill. I just want to talk to you. Listen, I got something I need to say to you and something I want to do. I'm saying you're going to like this shit, though. I'm saying, I promise you're going to like this shit, all right? Got you. You trust me? Come on, you trust me? All right, you trust me. You love me? Say it. Man, say it right. Stop playing. All right, yeah. Say it softer. All right, now say it harder. All right, now say it softer. Say it like you mean it, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, thick ass, dark skin jaw. Your little thick chocolate ass. You see, hold on, let me get my eyebrow straight there. Yeah, that's your bedroom bully face. Yes, Dan said. Omar, what's good? My namesake is in the house. What's going on, my G? Good to see me some you. He said like WWE. Kishana says she could be on Street Fighter. She could be on Street Fighter shit. She could be. Lucky Wizard says that's a drum. Well, yes, but that was a woman. That was a dark-skinned chick for the time being. For that example, that was a dark-skinned, did you see how shiny her skin was? Did you see her? Don't front on my don't front on my joint. Don't front on my joint. Lucky Wizard says, why is he talking to a drum? I gotta do it again. You know what I mean? You see, people be coming in late, now I understand. Let me go get my little dark skinned shorty. Come here, shorty. Talk to you. You see? A little dark skinned thick ass. You see, a little dark skinned thick ass. Come here. Yo, don't let them tease you about your complexion, baby. You know what I mean? That's that African power shit. Don't let them tease you. Don't let them tease you. I love you. And everybody around you who know you love you. You know what I mean? Don't let these strangers be acting like they don't shit. I mean, I show you off like a brand new ring. I show you off like a new chain. You understand what I'm saying? I show you off like 2 chains, second chain. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? See, she got light-skinned accents. Her dad was real dark. Some Manute Bowl shit. And her mom, she was light on some Beyonce shit. Yeah. That's how we doing it. 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 Yeah, that's how we doing it. All right. All right. That's how we doing it out here. It get like that around here. Full Metal Chad says, that's how you warm up the drum before a show. Lucky Wizard says, oh, so he's in love with his drum. Oh, God. Never mind, man. Full Metal Chad says, put on glasses. Lucky, that was a beautiful woman. How don't you see that? How don't you see that? Dimples D's is all up in the house. What up, Dimples? What up, Dimples? What's good? Lucky Wizard says she has beautiful eyes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what I mean. What's shorty? Yeah, she that thing be thinging. That thing be thinging. Full Metal Chest said she's noisy in bed though. Whew. I be like, calm down. The neighbors. Like Trey songs back in the day. All the neighbors know my name. They know my name. What's it? It's changing day, baby. It's changing day, baby. Yeah. Okay. So she's my bully, or should I say, they're your bully and your baby. And one of the things that is important to do at some point in every relationship is that you have to humble yourself. You can't always be. It can't always be. You can't always be like super resistant, always closed off to anything. I mean, when you've ever been in a bad relationship and somebody may have always tried to get you to do something that really only benefited them and never benefited you, it can make you have a serious guard up when you get with somebody that's actually decent, because you might make them prove themselves way beyond what you would do in a regular healthy relationship. And it's hard. It's hard going from a relationship that has a lot of toxicity in it, not necessarily a fully toxic relationship, but it may have had more patches or more runs of toxicity than it had of healthy fulfillment, positive reinforcement, that type of thing. So, you know what I mean? So, and have y'all ever done that? Have you ever made somebody prove themselves that was already decent. Maybe it was something about them that just threw you off a little bit, and they made it hard for you to get comfortable with them. So you made them prove themselves. Like, I don't know if you worthy of me changing the way that I am. I don't know if I should let my guard down around you. I don't know if my guard is safe with the likes of you. Maybe you are not worthy of me letting my guard down. In my case, instead of letting my hair down, maybe you're not worthy of me letting my hair grow. Yeah, I wouldn't put no hair on my head for you. Not yet. You're a little suspect. Little suspect. Crispy bacon. What's good? What's good? Andre Goodson says, healing definitely necessary. You already know. You already know. He says, you can't blame the next because of your last joint. You know what, you're right about that. But at the same time, sometimes we are creatures of habit and we keep attracting the same type of person. So they say, I've heard it said, and I've read this. They say that we mentally and telepathically or spiritually choose a person before we even meet them, before we ever talk to them or whatever. They say that your attraction, your energy already attracts a certain type of person until you change your energy. So if you are a creature of habit, you do the same things, eat the same things, read the same things, watch the same things, stay around, have the same experiences, hang around the same type of people, you never really grow. They say that you will keep attracting the same type of person time and time again. And it can really be negative, like women and sometimes men who seem to always attract abusive lovers. And you wonder, how is it that every man that she deals with beats her up or misuses her or whatever. And she may be subliminally attracted to that type of man and she doesn't even see it. So before her eyes are even attracted to it, her mind is already focused on that type of individual, and it makes it very easy for him to get with her. But that's on the negative side. When we talk about my baby is my bully, my baby is my bully, baby is my bully, baby is my bully. She be making me do things, but at the same time, baby makes me feel like a king. I said that my baby is my bully. Yeah, she makes me pull it out just like a gun. But it's a lot of fun, and I don't understand how I got like this as a man, and she can make me do anything she wants me can, and I go to the stars. I be feeling like a brand new son, a new Omar, and I gotta get it together. She be making me go out with skimpy clothes in the cold weather, but even wear a coat in the summertime. This shit is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. What the hell is going on here? This table is bringing too much movement. I'm gonna have to stop beating on the table. I'm gonna have to get the regular drum out. Buttercup 25. Buttercup, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? How you feeling? Good to see me some you. Chrissy Baker says, I know what you think, and I think are good completely too. Wait, I know what you and I think are good are completely different things. I know what you and I think are good are completely different things. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was reading it right. I've been married 18 years. All I can say is find the right person. All right. You want to get no argument out of me with that. V2B says, my dude always makes me feel like I'm dumb to black power for some reason. I think he feels like I don't own my background and history. I say I do not get that serious, but I know history. Okay. Kim's Wims. What up, Kim? What's good? And she says, good night, good moon night. What? Yeah. All right.
You have a call from.
Hold on. What up, caller? How you feeling tonight? Thanks for coming through.
Feeling good. How you doing?
I'm feeling like a real man should. Thanks for calling in. What's on your mind tonight?
For sure. So I just hit you up, Omar. You know this is, right?
I do.
Of course. So you kind of hit home when you were starting to talk about how things be, you know, when you come to grasp with who you dealing with. Oh my goodness. So both having a bully in your life is different. It's different. It can come from family. It can come from work. It can come from home. So I mentioned my daughter, but in the sense of who I'm dealing with right now, I feel like he's a bully mainly because when it comes to certain topics, especially his Black power, and you mentioned before when I commented, you said you would like to be a fly on the wall. Fly on the wall. Like, because when I play your videos when he's listening, it's funny because he'll agree with you, but then he'll have some kind of, you know, comeback to what you're saying. And it's like he says that, oh, you're what he say, some kind of comeback to a person who just don't agree with when, like, he thinks you're just capping or whatever. I guess that's the word they use. I'm telling him, like, he's like, especially about the child support shit. I was like, listen, the child support situation was a whole nother issue. So I was like, listen, you can't bully a certain, because I can tell, he can tell, especially when he listens to you. He's like, oh, I can tell he a real nigga. I can tell where he comes from. He's talking about some things now. It's like, yes, he do. He really do. It's like, it feels like we grew up together, but we didn't grow up together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know each other, but we don't know each other. So it's funny because when he challenges certain things you be talking about, I feel like in a sense, I'm almost defending you. And I do. Even with my brother. So I stopped posting your videos on my Facebook, and I don't even be on Facebook anymore, but I used to post your videos, especially when I agree with certain things. Let me tell you something. My brother, I love him to death, but we've grown and he's done had his whole, you know, come to Jesus moment, whatever. So when I post your video, he saw Son 752 and he was like, oh, he was talking about the whole symbolism thing and everything like that. And I'm like, did you listen to his words? Did you listen to the things that he talked about? You're talking about the symbolism. And I want you to just go ahead and just tell me and everybody else who's listening where Sun 752 comes from. And I'm going to give you the floor.
All right. It comes from the 5% Nation of Islam. So Sun is father or God. 752 is God, power, and wisdom. So that's where it comes from.
I love it. And I knew that. And I knew it was spiritual. I didn't know exactly because I've been listening to you over a year now, but I knew it was spiritual. I just couldn't get where it was exactly coming from. And he saw one symbolism and thought it was just like, oh my God, it was the worst. But anyway, back to the bullying thing. Yeah, I really do be feeling bullied because I'm very much a down to earth person. I go with the flow. I'm not really the type of person who is always, you know, checking for certain things. But when people expect certain things of me, I be feeling like they be bullying me. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hold on. So I'm working part-time now with the government, of course. And and I saw your topic the other day. I didn't catch it, but we actually have been ordered to go back to work on Monday. So no more work from home. They've ordered us to go back to work.
Did y'all want to go back to work, back in the office?
Hell no.
I know y'all didn't.
Hell no.
My bad.
Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
When I took this job, I really wanted work from home because my background is in a call center, but I've always worked in a call center with a lot of people, but I wanted to be home so I could do certain things. I could take care of myself, my dog, my kids, my house. I could cook. I could do certain things, in between work. But now you telling me I got to go back to the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is only 3 days. I feel for the people that got to go back 5 days. Now I'm looking for my other options because it's almost been 2 years. It'll be 2 years with the government this year. And I feel bullied with that, especially too. Like, let me tell you also, this is a good one. Yesterday was my in-office day. I go to work. I put my food in the refrigerator. Tell me why somebody stole my food.
Oh, yeah. That's
that's
a work. You definitely back at work now.
I'm pissed off. Like, I done cooked some baked barbecue chicken, some rice, and green beans.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese, and somebody done went in the refrigerator and took my shit. I sent an email to the director, to 3 other people, and I told them, I said, listen, I got health conditions. I only eat like once or twice a day, and then I got high blood pressure, and somebody done came in here and took my food, and y'all not gonna say nothing about it? Okay. Bet. So now I guarantee you not, they're gonna get limited out of me, because what's happened is that the government has actually took us. I work for the IRS. This is no mystery. I told you this before. So they're taking us and they're making us a guinea pig to what they want done. They're making us go in the office, do all this extra shit, and it's exhausting mentally, physically. I ain't got it to do. I'm over it.
Yeah, I can understand
this point,
that.
It's like me working part-time would be like just taking an unemployment check. I would rather go ahead and get my unemployment check, but I'm going to let you go ahead and let me go. I'm not stupid enough to just quit. I'm not going to quit because they sent out an email and telling everybody, you can resign voluntarily. But we, as government employees, don't even know if we're going to have a job in September. So it's been stressful. They're bullying us. They really are. They really testing our temperature to see if we really gonna take the bait. But at the end of the day, I'm like just playing along. So I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm gonna just play along. But everybody got a life outside of work, and work can definitely test your temperature.
Okay, so when we talk about they're your bully and your baby, we're basically just talking about people who are important to you in your life, and how some of them might be like forcefully influential, but I also, it could be your daughter, it could be your kids, it could be your spouse, it could be your lover, it could be some of your friends, and of course, growing up, it could have been your parents. You know what I mean? But we're not really talking about it in a negative way. You know what I mean? So your job would kind of be out of the equation or whatever.
It's funny. It can be funny. It can be a little, lighthearted, because it makes you chuckle in a way, because we tested the temperature when we was growing up. We was a little, I feel like in a way I was a bully in high school. When I got to my 11th, 12th grade year, I was a little feeling myself, wearing my dickies. I had my little baggy pants on. I was a little tomboy. So I felt like, I could actually, I don't give a damn about the cheerleaders, the little, girls that wear their little booty shorts. I was like, I don't care. Like, you think somebody wants a man, I could actually have them if I want to, but it wasn't even that serious. So I said to myself, okay, now that I'm older, much more mature, seasoned, I think that now I look back and I see, hey, The ones that are in my life that do check me and my temperature, I actually put the pause button on them.
Okay.
Meaning, especially my dad. So, for example, my dad is a veteran. He told me 3 or 4 days ago. I was texting him back and forth, whatnot, and he got annoyed, I guess. And he said, "Stop texting his phone. That he has something going on, and he didn't want me to text him." I'm like, "All right, cool. You ain't gonna tell me no more than once."
Mm-hmm.
But then you gonna text me the next day, and he gonna tell me about what he doing. He's buying a house, looking to move out of Florida. Cool. But then at the same time, I feel like people who have somewhat leverage, and they feel like, especially when it comes to money, sometimes money makes people feel like they got that extra cushion to be a bully. My dad is that. My brother is that actually too.
Okay.
Because when they didn't have shit,
money is a good way to bully people. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they didn't have that kind of courage to talk the way they talk right now. So I'm feeling like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? You dropped me here in Florida, in 2000, and you come here. But I'm looking at certain things, the way people move when they do have money, they talk to you a certain way. And I feel like, okay, cool. All right, I got you. But when you get to a point, we're all getting older. We're all getting seasoned. So my dad, when I feel like even if he does move out of Florida, he's going to need somebody. He told me this, stop texting him, stop calling him, whatnot. But then you're going to tell me about what you got going on. All right, don't be a bully. Don't be a text thug. I hate those text thugs. Don't text and thug me over the phone. Let's talk face to face or talk over the phone.
Yeah.
If you got something to say, please say it over the phone or let's see each other. I hate that. Do you not hate that when somebody is thugging over the phone or texting?
Oh, yeah. People, when it comes to social media in the comments and text messages, yeah, people get real reckless. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
To the point where some of them will text all crazy, and if you call them, they won't answer. Like, no. Yeah, so I always felt like texting was for cowards. And for real. Because when it comes down to it, texting is like playing tennis. So, you serve, then they serve, they can analyze what you say and try to counter it. It's like debate class in high school or something like that. This bullshit.
My daughter is 19, right? And she's graduating from high school. Thank God. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. But when it comes to her texting me, she'll be in the other room. I got a 3-bedroom house. She in the other room texting me. That irks my nerves. I don't know if anybody else got a child in their house that texts them in the house, but what the hell is you talking about right now? Get the hell up and come in my room, or let's meet and don't do that. I cannot stand it.
Yeah, for about
my mom didn't text. My mom was born in 49. She didn't even have texting capability. She passed away in 2013, and she didn't text. And so I didn't know what that was like to text a mom. So now this generation feels comfortable with texting their parents. And I'm like, listen, don't bully me through no text message. You come in the room and talk to me. Come face to face. Let's talk. Don't do that.
Yeah. And in 2020, my mom's house had a fire, so she came to stay with me for like 10 months. And she used to call me. She wasn't a texter, but she would call me. This house ain't big like that. I used to be like, what are you? She literally in the next room.
In the same house.
She used to be called. I used to be like, why are you calling? I'm like, are you in the house? Yeah, I'm in my room. I'm like, well, why are you calling me? Why don't you just yell? And growing up, you used to yell all the time. You know what I mean? That you picking up the phone. I used to be like, this lady tripping. But
she didn't think you was on here.
Yes, she did. You know what I'm saying? I could have heard her from outside. But when I talk about, your baby is your bully, one thing I totally agree with you is the whole money thing. A lot of times when people have money, their influence is a lot stronger. Their confidence may be high, due to the financial success that they may have. And they kind of expect other people to respect them on the basis of that. But it can still work in a positive way if they're using their influence for some good things. The problem really comes is when they're trying to bully you into doing things that aren't right, aren't good, aren't going to improve a situation in any kind of way. But there can still be times where you may love somebody so much that you may still submit to their bullying, even when it is negative. Now, when it can be negative is, let's say you're dealing with a weed head. So they want to smoke all the time, but they don't want to always smoke alone all the time. So you may smoke a little bit, but you don't smoke like they smoke. You don't have to smoke every day. But guess what? Now they want you to smoke every day. And you like, well, how?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, that can be totally negative down the line because they're a weed head. Now they're making you into a weed head. And today's weed ain't yesterday's weed. So, the weed heads of 20 years ago, 30 years ago ain't the same as these weed heads. These weed heads different. They all argumentative and shit, and you know what I mean. They don't want to work, and they want some bullshit.
It's like when you're talking to a weed head right now, what they want to do is just accompany you and just hold you hostage and just talk to you like for 2 hours about bullshit, and you're like, what you talking about right now? Like, I mean, you done talked about this for the last 2-3 days, and then you done talked about some shit that you ain't trying to change. Like, why are you still talking about this? This is an experience I have with people who smoke a lot of weed.
I'm trying to tell you, it's different.
I was a weed smoker in high school, but I didn't talk like that. The weed smokers nowadays like to talk. Like, they want to hold you hostage and talk about shit that, they do on a day-to-day basis. And it's almost like feeling bullied because now you're sitting there, you love them, you care about them, but you're like, I'm not trying to hear this bullshit. Like, you keep talking about the same shit that you talked about yesterday, the day before, and you got to get up and repeat it. And now every time you call me, you're talking about the same shit. I'm the type of person that don't want to bring work home. I really, 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 really don't. I might touch on it just a tad bit, but I don't like when I talk to a person that smokes weed. We got functional addicts today. When it comes to drinking, smoking, whatever people you do, that's why I'm skeptical about going to the doctor now. I've neglected my own self because I'm scared to go to the doctor about people who do narcotics and drugs. I feel like a lot of people are doing things and they're operating on people and giving people drugs and they are addicts. So now I feel like, okay, the system is like conditioning me to go to the doctor to get my teeth fixed and, if I need my teeth cleaned or whatever. But now I've had a bad experience going to the dentist. I've had a bad experience going to the doctor. And y'all in here telling me certain things, and it's just weird to me now. I don't know what it is, but people nowadays are doing certain things that still make you feel conditioned to do it. And I fell back. I fell back a lot because it's a scare tactic. It's a bullying tactic. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like that feeling. I haven't been to no lie, in the early 2000s. If I got sick and I felt, like I was, in pain and I felt like I had a migraine, I didn't know what the problem was, I would go to the ER quick because I was a dispatcher. I was a dispatcher for the police for about 4 years. And when I got off in the middle of the night, I would work 11 to 7. And sometimes in the middle of the night, I would have a really bad migraine. I would go to the ER. And when I go to the ER, I would feel like, okay, I'm going to the ER. Now, oh no. No. They make you feel like you a drug addict.
Yeah.
They want to check the key, ask you all these weird questions. I'm like, did I just tell you that I'm experiencing this? Like, they treat you like a drug addict when you go to the ER. So I haven't been to the ER probably in about 3-4 years. So there's so many levels to this conversation. I feel like being a bully to people, and especially the ones that you love and that you care about, you might have a compassion and care about for your doctor. Like, I had a compassion for my doctor for 3 years. And then during the pandemic, my insurance changed.
Okay.
And I didn't have, I chose that doctor specifically because my mom had that same doctor because she was sick and I knew that he would know my family history. As an adolescent, you ain't gonna have really the same doctor. Just be real about it.
Yeah.
And now when you get older, you do want to have that rapport with a doctor so they understand your needs. And then when the pandemic came, my insurance changed. They didn't take Medicaid, Sunshine, whatever they called it anymore. So I lost that doctor of 3 or 4 years. That hurt me to the core. I was like, oh, now y'all bullying me to change another doctor. So now I got to go to the trauma hospital where everybody go, and now y'all treat me different. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So, you know what, that's an interesting perspective too. I never really thought about like somebody like a doctor being a bully, but yeah, doctors do bully a lot of their patients and get them on the get them to use pharmaceutical drugs when they might not want to do that. But let me ask you this: what is, besides your daughter, what is your most recent? What was your most recent example of affectionate bullying? When was the last time you got? Yeah, I would say affectionate bullying. As far as like, because the other bullying is like might come from an enemy. So I mean, like bullying from somebody that loves you or and that you love. So I'm really just talking about influence.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. So tonight, I mean, I kind of make it relate because if I'm gonna say the guy that I'm with, I'm gonna say this, like, if I feel like, okay, so bullying would be to me like, okay, my coworker, so I'm getting ready to leave his house, right? And we're talking about it, just a general topic about, taxes or whatever. And my coworker hit me up, texted me and told me that, her taxes weren't right. She wanted to ask me about it. And I replied to her. He said, oh, so you got a relationship with your coworker. I mean, just know that I'm paying attention to that. And now this is the same coworker for me that brought me 2 T-shirts back from the Bahamas a week ago. He felt some way about that. So I didn't understand that. I really, really, really did not understand that. I was really trying to understand where he was coming from. And I'm like, why are you having an issue with me having a rapport and a relationship with a coworker who brought me something back from the Bahamas? Because he felt like I'm being too personable with a coworker. To me, that's bullying, because at the end of the day, just because you're not a personable person, and he does not interact with people that well, that doesn't mean that I'm that way. Okay. I have a very good rapport with people. And that does bother me, because I'm like, listen, I don't know where, and I hate to call it insecurity, but you know what? He says it before I do. Oh, don't call me insecure or nothing. I just call it like I see it. I don't talk to my coworkers like that. I don't hang out with my coworkers like that. I'm not no man, not no woman. The same thing as you say, you doing this. So are you assuming that I might be having some kind of entanglement with a woman? Is that what you're saying? I don't get that. Like, stop trying to make this into something that it's not. That's what I'm just getting at. Like, I'm a cool person. And if I ask, and what you don't understand is that I asked her to bring something back, and I told her I would pay her. And you jump into a whole new other conclusion. But she didn't charge me, but that's beside the point. Mm-hmm. She brought it back at the kindness of her heart. So I was like, you know what's cool? If you won't feel that way, feel that way. And what he doesn't know, and this is sad that it's coming to this because I've known him and been with him for about 2 or 3 years. And Lord knows, I hope this doesn't play back on some live that we listen to. But anyway, because like I said, we be listening to your lives, and I ain't gonna play this with that. But anyway, I'm very transparent, especially to the live, because others are listening. Because this is important to a certain level, because it can grow to be toxic. When you listen to somebody tell you something about who you're talking to and what you're doing, it doesn't mean that it is about you. Sometimes it's about them. They have insecurities that they feel that you are really, going to leave them or something. I don't know what it is. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to just be honest. I'm going to be very honest and blunt. I'm 43. And at this life, if you ain't put a ring on it, I'm good. We were good. I care about him and love him and everything. But when it comes to somebody that I have invested my time in, and you invest your time and energy into something or somebody, and you say you love them, you actually say those words and you put action into it, and they give you some kind of challenge back. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel real, because nobody that puts that much effort into something should not get a rebuttal back about or question what you have going on or doing. That's a bully to me.
Okay, you consider that to be bullying? Well, was it bullying because they made you explain yourself when you don't feel like you should have
Exactly.
Okay, all right. I got you.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? In a way, he didn't ask for an explanation, but it felt like I had to defend myself, and I should not have to feel like I have to defend myself for what I'm doing.
Nah, that's a form of bullying. I can see it now. I can definitely see it now.
When you're talking in third person and you say something out loud that makes you respond. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
If you just say something out loud and then you be like, okay, I'm just saying, I know what I know, and I'm older than you, and I've been around the block or two, and I know what females do. And hold on, what female? What female are you talking about? Because I'm only one person, and I'm not every female. Why are you talking about other females? I'm not talking about you, but you're talking in third person, and I don't like that. So talk directly to me and not at me. That pisses me off, because now I'm going to defend myself, because you're talking about shit that you relate to that has nothing to do with the situation. I hate that. If you're talking about a past experience and me and you are going through something, or you have something to say to what I'm saying, just say it directly to me. Don't talk about what you done been through. Don't do that. Don't do that, because now we're gonna go down a rabbit hole and lose Alex.
Well, let me ask you this: What would okay, since you sort of accepted this kind of bullying,
not accepted. I'm about done with it though.
Okay, all right. Because my next question was going to be, what could happen to make you start looking at this form of bullying more negatively? Because I mean, I'm thinking that there could have been a chance that you were looking at it more from a okay, this is a little bit of static, but it's not something that's out of hand. You know, it's not something that is worth making an alternative move for.
Right.
But
Making a stink about.
right,
Yeah. But if
right,
I'm talking about it, it's a stink.
right.
So I will say something like this would make me make a move is talking about it. And I'm talking about it. So I need to make a move.
Okay.
Because anytime, to be honest, anybody, man or woman, whoever come on your line or whatever you're talking about, right? And if you're talking about something and you relate it back to your own personal experience, especially in a relationship, which I am doing, it's time for you to make a move. And it is time for me to make a move. So I would say that. That, to me, especially, that happened tonight, actually. So I would say it is time. Because you don't want to keep repeating the same cycle. It's a cycle. That's an internal issue that a person is dealing with, and it's going to be feeling like you're always bullied, and then you're going to be reliving trauma that you've already relived, and it don't have to be negative. It really don't. But actually, you can turn it into a positive. But my positive would be, to be honest, my positive would probably be. I don't know. Like, people keep asking me, especially in the street, like if I've been married or if I'm in a relationship or whatever, and I'm like, nah, like I've never been like married, but and they keep saying, oh, you're young, you're young. I'm like, I'm seasoned, man. Like, I'm an 80s baby. But at the end of the day, you do not want to keep rehashing the same shit, like with anybody. And that's why I keep telling my daughter, she's 19, if you keep doing what you're doing with me, your relationships with people outside of this house are going to be negative. You can't keep doing that. I don't care what your relationship is with me, but other people, you got to fix that. Fix it. I don't know what it's gonna take, but fix it. Because I'm content with being by myself, though.
Let me ask you something. I want to switch gears for a hot second. I want your opinion on something.
Sure.
And I don't know if you've ever been through anything like this, but what if you're the type of person that doesn't really like to talk about yourself or like your emotions, or like you brought up something that you said that caught my attention is you said bring up past trauma. What if you were dealing with somebody that made you, well, not necessarily made you, but kind of had a way of getting you to talk about things that you wouldn't talk to anybody else about because maybe you didn't want to relive them or relive those things, or maybe you tried to put them in the back of your mind and move on from them or whatever, or maybe you're just the type of person that doesn't really like to talk about your feelings. You know, some
perfect
people.
Question for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a perfect question for me. Honestly, Omar, because I am that type of person that does not talk about my feelings very, very much. And it's easy for me to come on live with you sometimes because nobody knows me like that unless you know what I tell you. You know what I invite you to.
I totally understand that. Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, the ones that know me here, I will say this. My daughter, she tells me all the time exactly what you said. I do not show emotion. I am very not affectionate. And I'm very transparent about doing counseling. And I do advocate for that. When I was younger, in my younger years, when I was an adolescent, 10, 11 years old, my mom took me to AA meetings with her. She was an alcoholic.
Okay.
So I advocate for any adult or any young person who is exposed to an addict or an alcoholic. If you are exposed to going to AA meetings, it's helpful. Like, I've learned how to tone my emotions down. I am not a very emotional person, but everyone else that I encounter is a very emotional person, and that bothers me. It's a trigger for me, to be honest. because my daughter's emotional. I'm not emotional, so I don't respond to it the way she wants me to. And now my dude, he's emotional to me. Like, to me, he's actually, I hope he does not hear this, Lord Jesus. And to me, he acts effeminate. I don't like effeminate energy. I like a man who is dominant, who actually can respond to me the way I respond back, talk to me and not talk at me. Because at the end of the day, I have a counselor. I've been to counseling sessions. I've done all of that. And I like talking to other people who respond back to me without giving me some type of, diagnosis where, oh, you're this, you're that. Okay, understand where I'm coming from. Because at the end of the day, I get it. I definitely can emotionally unattach. Remember, I was a 911 dispatcher for 4 years. I had to unattach my emotions to callers who called in with an emergency. So that alone trained me how to not put myself in their situation, but I understand. I am compassionate and understanding that at the end of the day, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I am bullying somebody else. Now, but this is another situation though, kind of off topic. But let's say you're in a line at the store, right? I've been in this situation. And somebody comes in the store and they're bullying the cashier, right? So, or you're in line and they're actually being nasty or aggressive or abusive to the cashier. Me being the type of person that I am, especially the stores that I frequent, look, I'm gonna check my cashier because I know her. Like, don't bully her. Don't do that. Leave her alone. You can go somewhere else. Just chill in a nice way. And I usually don't have no problems. Usually. Only once or twice I've had a problem. But I know, me personally, I get where you're coming from with that question, and that is definitely me.
Because that can be a tough situation because for a person that really doesn't like to talk about their feelings, even if you're talking about your feelings towards the other person, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you're the type of person that likes to pace yourself, or if you have trust issues or whatever, but you're dealing with somebody that needs that positive reinforcement, or they have a need to really get to know you as soon or as deeply as possible. You know, there can be a disconnect there because
the other night, Omar, not to cut you off, but in your other lives, you were talking about people and prayers, and do they receive your prayers and how y'all talk? I listened to the whole thing before this one came on.
Mm-hmm.
So if I am that type of person, I would say I do want to be able to pray with my other half. I do want to be able to talk to my other half and say, I want to pray out loud and be like, this is what it is. Are you going to be self-defensive and shut me down tonight? I actually did go in and talk to my girls and tell them, y'all want to have a prayer before y'all go to bed. And my 19-year-old, she's in her feelings right now towards me, so she didn't want to hold my hand. My 25-year-old, she held my hand, so I didn't feel nothing about it. I was like, okay, cool. So I said the prayer about 3-4 minutes and let it be. But my 19-year-old, what's funny is that she leads a prayer better than I do. She said a prayer 2 weeks ago that blew my mind. And she came to me and asked me for prayer. And I was like, how do you do that? Like, how do you flip-flop and be so, how? Like, see, that's what throw me off. I'll be like, listen, now when I want to do a prayer, don't shut me down. Be receptive, okay? Let me holler at Jesus with us. Let's have a come to Jesus moment together. And she gonna say, I don't feel like holding your hand right now. No, I don't feel like doing that. Well, okay, fine. I'm gonna talk to Jesus, and you gonna listen, and we all gonna listen. That's like one of those things that really irks my nerves because it makes me emotionally shut down. You feel what I'm saying? It feels like I'm being bullied into shutting down because I don't want to shut down, but I will shut down. I will block the whole fucking world out. I can do that. I can block my kids out. I can block my emotions out, but I don't want to. I want to be receptive to everybody and have emotion, but I've learned how to turn them on and turn them off. Because one thing about our feelings, what I've learned with my dude, is that your feelings will get you fucked up. Your feelings will get you fucked up. Because I told him one time, I said, you got one more time to flip out on me about being tired and hungry. I don't know what it is about people being tired and hungry, but they be flipping out.
Yo, they do.
Okay?
You ain't never alive, boy.
When they tired and hungry, they flip the hell out. I said, listen.
It could be one or the other.
He did this to me four times when he got off work and he was tired and he was hungry and ain't smoked no weed. Listen, I thought he was a demon. Listen, I ain't got to do. I don't know where you come from, who you are, but you ain't the same person I met like 3 years ago. I need you to chill with that. Like you really turned the whole switch from night to day, cold, hot water, oil to vinegar, whatever you want to call it. I don't know who you are right now. Smoke a J. I don't know what it is. As soon as you smoke, he's good. As soon as God. Like, I said, do you need to eat? Shit, I'll cook you something to eat. You want something to eat? And I feel like that too. Sometimes I feel like I'm bullied into bringing him something to eat or just being there. Like, because I feel like I got to be there all the time. And I don't have nobody to be there for me. One time my daughter told me that my cup was so empty. She said, Mom, your cup is empty. It's like got a hole in it because everybody is just pulling at you. And I feel that sometimes. And I said, you know what? It's coming to that. Because for one, if there's one thing that needs help. Two, if you just ain't trying. Three, if you just ain't, trying to make your situation better. But then you taking all of that energy and you pushing it at other people and then making them conform to what you need, that's bullying. I don't like that. Like you're living.
So, you there? Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's Bluetooth might have went out.
Oh, I'm here.
You there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now, when it comes to, we know the tactics that an enemy or a real bully might use in order to get you to do certain things. They're going to use threats of violence, intimidation, things like that. How would you describe people who love you? How would you describe the techniques that they use to bully you? Now, you mentioned one is like guilt. They might guilt trip you and use bully you by guilt tripping you into doing things that you probably shouldn't do or shouldn't be manipulated into doing whatever. But how would you describe other ways? Like in your words, how would you describe the techniques to describe how somebody who loves you may bully you at certain times?
Definitely, it's a word game sometimes. Sometimes people use your own words against you. When you say something to them, they use your own words. So, for example, I am a spiritual person. I can't quote scripture for scripture, but there are certain scriptures that I do live by. And when I bring that to my daughter, she'll tell me not to throw scripture at her. When I tell her that, all of our days are numbered, she says that I'm using that as a manipulation tactic. It's not. It's a fact.
Okay.
It's a fact. And I feel like certain things that my mom said to me, I kind of repeat back to my daughter as I get older, just because I feel like that's a way of reminding her that all of our days are numbered, and we got more years behind us than in front of us, and you got to respect the fact that we're getting older. So stop treating me like I'm one of your peers on your level. And she thinks that I'm using that as a tactic or manipulation to get her to respond a certain way, and that's not the case. And now when it comes to, excuse me, my father, I feel like my father is a person who is a veteran, and he thinks that because I'm his daughter, that I'm supposed to love him and respect him just because he's my father. But at the same time, I feel like that's respect. The Bible does say don't provoke. You know what I'm saying? And my dad provokes me to the fullest.
Okay.
Like, he told me some shit the other day. I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, he'll say some things out of pocket that just makes me want to just curse him out. But I don't. I hold my tongue, and I just give him the space and stop texting him or stop calling him, and I won't bother him. But there are some times when a person will test your temperature. And I know this for a fact because I told you in the past that I had someone living with me for a while, that it took me a while to get out. Now, this person has used my information recently, and he used my social security number, and I know it was him. It's the only person that had my information. And I can't prove it. That's a problem. But he's tested my temperature. So it makes me want to react, but I'm not reacting the way that he wants me to react. Some people will do certain things to test you to see how you're going to react, and you can't react to everything. You gotta push yourself back and just let yourself know that this is a test of your testimony. Period. That's it. Point blank to the T. But I have been bullied into some situations where, you know, people that I love or loved, you know, and I hate to say that in the past tense, because there are people in your past, and just be real about it, Omar, like there are people in your past that you have loved, but they're not in your present day. They're not. They're just not. And you feel like they tested your temperature, and you feel like, you know, you had to fall back and just put that wall up and create that boundary that is not going to bring you to a level where it's going to take you out of character or make you do something that you don't normally want to do. And I feel like that's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything you said is pretty much on point. There are a lot of different ways. Like it always amazes me how differently you deal with people that you like and who you know like you, rather than people who you are suspicious of or who you know really are just trying to get something out of you.
You're right. Because even if I've been with this dude for 3 years, do you think that he still questions or brings up the fact that I might be in that same category as a woman who would cheat on him? Absolutely. And you know why? Because it's his own insecurities and what he's been through. And that's a problem for me, because I feel like, you know, at some point, it's not even about proving yourself, but your actions, like I told my daughter, not just with a man or a woman, your actions speak louder than words. So if your actions have already shown what you're about, you shouldn't even be bringing up anything that you done or been through in the past. Your past is your past, but it does reflect in your future. Mm-hmm. It really do. For real.
It does.
And the Bible does say that there is life and death in the tongue. So if you keep talking about shit that is going to bring some negative, it will come to be negative. And that energy can rub off onto you. And I'm about energy. And I told my kids, like, you know, you got to understand about who you bring into your world, who you bring into your life. Listening to lies, you are the only lies that I listen to. Only. And I don't be online that much, as you know. But when I'm on live, there's certain lives that I will listen to, and I know that people will be receiving certain information. And I listen to Papa Duck, New Breed, Shower King, and I took a break from YouTube. There's certain things that you do have to break away from, and you just fall in and fall out. That's it. But at the end of the day, just know what you're bringing into your spirit, what you're bringing into your world, because it will make you feel like you're cornered. And that's a form of bullying. It really is.
Again, anytime you feel manipulated or intimidated or forced into doing something, then that it can be seen as a form of bullying. Back in the day, we didn't throw around the word bully the way we do now. You know what I mean? Now, bullying has taken on, like back in the day, bullying always involved violence. You know what I mean?
We fighting.
Yeah.
We fighting.
Yeah,
you
know, like
after school, you want to fight. Like you going at the park, we're gonna meet at your locker. What? Like you not bullying me at all. Like I remember one time I got bullied at school, and my mom came. It was so embarrassing. I think I was in like 8th grade, 9th grade, and one of the girls was bullying me at the mall, and it cornered me off. And they had said some stuff to me about who I thought I was and what I was going to do about Whoopsie Whoop. And one girl thought I was trying to talk to her dude, and my mom came right up to the school, and that was embarrassing to me, actually. But man, listen, I was about that life. I did. I had my Dickies on. I had my little throwback jersey on. I had my little.
Wait. Hold on a second. We got another call on the line. Hold on a second.
Go ahead. You have a call from. They calling me off.
My man, what's going on? How you feeling tonight?
As a grown man should. How you doing, son?
I'm feeling like a real man should. You already know.
All right. We talking about bullying?
No, we're not talking about bullying. We talking about when they are your bully and your baby. Your baby is your bully. So we're talking about when somebody that you love or somebody that loves you gets you to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do on your own. And they might do it like consistently.
Like my daughter. Okay.
Yeah, maybe like your daughter.
Yeah. I get bullied by my daughter. Yeah.
How does that go down?
I don't know. It's just something about her, you know. I'm already a grandfather. By the fact, I'm about to be a grandfather. Twins. She's having twin boys in April or May.
Okay.
So, she already asked me. She said she got the boys' names picked out. I said, sure, I do. She said, what you gonna name them? I said, Micah Knight. She said, ain't happening. Now, so they not are identical. What's the other one? What's the other one?
Fraternal.
Identical.
Fraternal.
Yeah, fraternal. Yeah. So, she moved down to Charlotte, North Carolina, and she trying to get me to move down there with her. She bullying me, but ain't not happening, Captain. Nah.
Well, how is she trying to bully you into moving down there?
To be more with the grandkids, my granddaughter and my grandsons and stuff. How life can be different. She was like, if you move down there, I'll make you some lemonade, and you can be on a rocking chair on the porch drinking on lemonade and call your boy Sundown, and y'all can rock on the chair together during country time.
Okay. All right. So Yeah, I mean, I can see how that would happen. So basically, I would describe that kind of bullying as not really guilt tripping, but I would say affection or emotional bullying. Like, you love these grandkids, and we ain't getting no younger. You know what I mean? They should be able to grow up with their grandfather. Huh? Huh?
Yeah,
So
that's it.
yeah.
You sound just like her. You know it?
Well, it's a form of persuasion, but when the persuasion is persistent and consistent, or should I say consistently persistent, it can feel like bullying because it's relentless. You know what I mean? Like, how somebody might ask you to do something, you might say, "Well, I need time to think about it," and they said they might tell you, "All right, yeah, go ahead and take a while and think about it," and they while is only like maybe a few hours. You know what I mean? Like, you talking about me moving all, uprooting and physically moving to a whole nother state. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't something I should just think about for a couple of hours. But I get it. So let me ask you this. Have you ever bullied somebody that you love?
No, not really. Not that I know of. Nah. I need to think about that. Can I get back with you on that one?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna help you out right now. So let's say you went to the gambling spot and won like 10 stacks. And so, you 10 stacks richer on top of any money that you already had. And, so you might have used your money to persuade somebody that you was feeling to do some things that they wouldn't ordinarily do. Take some things into consideration.
Well, on that note, I think everybody's been done that. You ain't got to hit the lottery to do that. Some girl out there that we all wanted to see.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not even talking about tricking because okay, I'm not even talking about tricking. I'm talking about like your girl might be acting funny at other times, but she see that, what I mean, you running around here, with 10 stacks, disposable income, she might be a little influenced to act a little friendlier. Sort of like how chicks, how chicks been known to give up. They've been known to put on a little extra hot sauce when they get to the hotel instead of at the crib. At the crib, you might be getting the raisins in the potato salad. But at the hotel, you getting that good. You getting that 6 keys in the morning. You getting that 6 keys of that 6 keys macaroni, yeah. That cheese
Carter and Sanborn in the morning. You know what I mean? But but that's sort of like tricking anyway, though, right? It's all the same. But
you can't trick somebody you already with. Tricking is trick. Huh?
Fuck it, you can't. What's fucking wrong with you? They gonna get it out of you one way or the other. So just yeah, all right. You right. You can't trick somebody that you with. All right.
I mean, what my man said, maybe it's in the terminology. I don't know.
What the boy say? I ain't tricking every trick I'm meeting or something like that. What do you say? Nah. I forgot how that don't go, but yeah.
It was Tretch, wasn't it? Naughty by Nature. I ain't tricking it. I ain't treating every trick. Something like that. So
something like that. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, they get it out of us anyway. So some strange will change, and just doing what they're doing. But we still, like I said, it is what it is. We still mad at a couple of people because you still don't tell us what these chicks want from a nigga out here. So. It is what it is.
All right. So all right, let me ask you and And Davita, let me ask y'all both a question. Like,
Oh, she on the phone? Hello.
yeah, she's still
Hey,
on the line.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Well, man, when you got two people on the phone, introduce us. Cool nuts.
First of all, nobody bullies me into running my show the way I want to. I do the
Yeah,
bullying
but
around
when
here.
your man is that, if you have another guest on the phone, you just say, "Yo, you on with such son and Davida." That be the
No,
proper
you
thing to say.
good. You good. He already had put me on hold, so
That's
he
right.
didn't have a choice. So I let
We
you
was
talk.
already
That's
here.
good.
We was already
Yeah,
here.
you good.
You just came on. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well,
You
but
wasn't
I would
paying
have spoke
attention.
if I knew she was on it, though. Come
It's
on, man.
it's all
Have more
good.
conversation.
It's all good. Like, let me ask you this question.
What's that?
Do y'all most times in a relationship, people expect for the man to be the leader in a relationship. They expect the man to be the more dominant person in a relationship. Do you think that a woman could be the more dominant person in a relationship, and for that relationship to still be a healthy relationship?
Do you want to go first, or you want me to go?
I'll be brief, but I think that yes, it can be healthy just because everybody's walks of life is different. And I feel like depending, like in my situation, I'm from a country. I grew up in Kansas. And so my way of living when I grew up and the way that I was raised is different. And when I come to the city, if you get into a relationship with someone who is not used to certain ways of living, the woman can actually lead the relationship, not say necessarily better, but in a way guide it. And because there's certain things that in a relationship, I feel like both roles play, not being alpha or whatever, omega or whatever. But I think that a man can lead, and I am definitely willing to let a man lead if he can rise to that occasion. But I have never, not even downplaying any of my past relations, but I've never had that role ever. In my 43 years, I'd say in my 20-something years, because I haven't had that many relationships. But I've never had a man that was able to play that role of leading. But I would definitely let him lead. But it can become a tug of war thing, and almost similar to a bully thing, because a woman can not necessarily try to be masculine, but just be the more leading person because she does certain things and roles as she should, but a man is supposed to do the certain things as he should, if that makes sense.
So she might be the more assertive one.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I've only been in one living relationship, like living in a house setting, not been married or anything, but I feel like a man should be able to get up and do certain roles in a house that a woman shouldn't even have to do. But at the same sense, a woman should be able to get up and do certain things that a man don't do, because you don't do it. But you can participate in doing it together, if that makes sense. Because the things that a woman do, a man doesn't do, but y'all can participate in those roles together with a woman. But the things that a man can do, that's more for a man to do.
Okay. What about you, Keith?
Well, the Bible said the man is the head of the household. You know, that was back in the day when you could run a house off of one income. Nowadays, you need a two-part income to fully run a house. So how did you split the difference? Well, I think you look for a partner. And I think you got to do the Old Testimony out and go with the New Testimony and build your own. Because what might work back in the day doesn't work now. So a man and a woman should be able to come to agreements. Yes, the man is head of the household, but the woman is the backbone. Like they say, behind every strong man, and behind every rich man, poor man, whatever, it's a strong woman sitting right behind them. Like when you walk down the street, you should have a woman walk beside you and not in front of you, not in back. She needs to be right on the side. So do I think that a woman can be a head of the household? Of course, they all are.
I ain't say nothing about no. Hold on, I ain't asked who if she could be the head of the household. I asked, can a woman be the more dominant person in the relationship, and that relationship still be a healthy relationship? Because y'all might not live together.
Well,
Y'all might be together, but not live together. But I'm asking if she's the more dominant one.
Yeah, it can be healthy because, you know, as a man, we need a woman in our life, and I think that when the dominant one, yeah, it could definitely work. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that though.
Why?
Well, because in my situation, mine, if I try to, and we don't live together, but if I try to be more assertive with this person, and make a suggestion that as a man he feels like he has the role of doing, it becomes a defensive mechanism. I don't know what it is, but it could be just him. I feel like I have not, he's older than I am, but I feel like I will make certain suggestions that is automatically a wall, a defense mechanism, because I am not listening. I don't know what that means, but I mean, like, but you're paranoid, and I feel like this is a lot. It has to do with people who smoke weed. I'll go back to that. People who smoke weed are very paranoid. I just feel like when you are always constantly thinking about being defensive, your defense is up. I'm always for people to be successful, all for people who want to have more in life. But at the end of the day, this is where I'm at. If you can't measure up, not even, I used to listen to Kendra G, but I don't like her no more. I don't like that channel. I hate it. And you know what? He listens to that constantly, or at least the reaction. So if you're constantly listening to certain things like that, I feel like you're listening to certain things that make you feel like, oh, you can always challenge a woman. Don't think that you need to always challenge. Just be your authentic self, and everything else to me falls in place. If a woman or a man, 2 weeks ago, I had a flat tire. And to be honest, this threw me off guard. I was right in front of his house, right? In an apartment complex. And I had this is a true story. 2 weeks ago, I had a flat tire. And I pulled out the complex and I heard my tire thumping. And I was like, oh shit, my tire's thumping. So I pulled around and I called him on the phone. I was like, listen, my tire's thumping. I'm going to pull back around in front of your house. And he was like, okay, I'm going to come down and help you. And then after everything was said and done, he came out and he helped me change the tire or whatever. And he told me that, to be honest, back in the day, he avoided certain situations like this because he felt like women would always call on him for certain things that they need, such as changing their tire. And that rubbed me the wrong way. But it did. It rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, what the f*** did you just say? So you're telling me that you avoided being in a relationship with, maybe 10 years ago because you felt like a woman was going to call on you to help her or change her tire like I just did? So he said that out loud, and it made me feel like my defense was up. So now I'm feeling like I need to be more, independent. I can't, I don't want to come to you for nothing else. That just pushed me a little further away. Like, you said it in a joking way, but you said it to tell me something, I feel like. Because why did you tell me that? I didn't need to know that. That was in your past. You did that in your past. You didn't get into a relationship with women because you felt like they were going to call on you for something. And I called on you because I was in front of your house with a flat tire and you came down. But in my mind, I'm thinking you really didn't want to, but you did it.
Yeah, well, but the crazy part is, yeah, I feel you. But the crazy part is, right? Now I know some brothers that can't even change the flat tires. And we like, all right, hold on,
he has struggles. Let me tell you. But
I'm saying, but he tried. He did. No. Listen.
Four tires now. So I pulled my blanket out the trunk and I put the blanket on the side, on the driver's side, and he was like, so wait a minute, I can't see where you put the jack. Like, I can't see where you put the I said, I got it. So I put the jack underneath the car. And then he did the whole, jacking up. But it was like, it felt like it was really a struggle with him getting the damn jack up. And it was not, I have a 2018 Nissan. So it comes with a decent jack. It's not like it's hard.
Could he at least get the lugs? Could he at least get the lugs off the could he at least get the lugs off the tire?
Child, let me tell you, he tried to okay, before I put the jack under the car, he took the jack and he was like, I'm gonna loosen the lugs off real quick. I said, why are you doing that first? We need to jack the car up first. He's like, well, it helps sometimes when you just loosen them up a little bit. I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna let you do that. So you loosen them up a little bit. But he said that he wasn't that. I said, okay, I'm gonna let you do it now, And I said, well, do you need some help? Why don't you step on it a little bit? You can step on it. Nah, you don't have to step on it. I'm telling you, it was hilarious to me because he's older than I am. I'm 43. He's about 40, 44, 45. And he's had cars.
It got nothing to do with a person. But listen, AJ got nothing to do with, I'm trying to tell you, I know some niggas that don't know how to change a flat tire. Like, I'm saying, that's why they AAA and roadside service now. They like, listen, I'm going to come into the car with you for, AAA pull up, you can go and check the car. And, you said that's unacceptable. Why?
That's why I'm where I'm at right now.
Let me ask y'all, let me hold on. Hold on.
Let me just say this to you. He tried. You can't fault a nigga for trying. He got out there. He tried to bust the nuts off and step on it. He tried.
Well, this is why I feel. I feel like this was his test because we've been together about 3.5 years or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? And this actually happened in front of his house. So I was able to pull around in front of his house in the apartment. And so he actually had an opportunity now to help me. And to me, in my opinion, if I had to say he passed or failed, I would say he failed. And the only reason why I say he failed, even though he came downstairs, he did get on his knees and do it, was because of what he said. Again, I don't think that I should take that lightly that you tell me that you avoid women in your past because you didn't want to help them. I don't never ask for nothing. And when it comes to cooking, to nothing, to driving, to getting picked up or doing anything, I feel like if a man or a woman is your other half, they should be able to at least meet you halfway or measure up. Some of the modern women they call now, I guess this is the term they use, modern women. I don't consider myself a modern woman. I call myself mainly a traditional woman because I was raised in a traditional era. But if you get a woman now who can't meet you halfway or do exactly what you can do or equal, I feel like they're not on your level. And the reason why I say that is because, in a man too, is because y'all should be trained by your parents or a parent or a guardian to do certain things to take care of yourself. When it comes to taking care of yourself, I mean your hygiene, your house, your car, to your whatever it is. And then you get with a partner, and hell with sticking it and coming and having sex. After all of that said and done, what do you have? What are y'all leveling up to? For real, for real.
Are you still talking about change the tire, or we went to something else? Because
I mean,
I
it all
think
falls
that,
into the same line, because if you're with a partner and you're changing your tire, this is your partner, right? So your partner, if you expect certain things of your partner, this is what I'm saying.
But listen, right? So before you say something, because I see your mouth about to say something, but listen, right? At the end of the day, you got to give him credit. He came downstairs and he helped you. I mean, regardless if he didn't know how to bust a nut or turn a nut or jack the car up, he came down. You said meet you halfway. He met you halfway. You know what I mean? He couldn't find a hole to put it in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You don't credit for that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. But now, what if the brother didn't come downstairs and he didn't help you change the flat tire? Now, what would he do?
I guess you're kind of like, if you look at it devil's advocate, that's what it sounds like. Because in a certain way, he could have or he couldn't have. But in a sense, he told me personally that he had got a phone call and he had put that phone call down to come down. But and I said, okay, cool, great. And it was almost dark. It wasn't completely dark outside, but I was right in front of his apartment. And he said he was tired, but he came down anyway. He put emphasis on that. He was tired, but he did it anyway. So I give him credit for that. Yes, I did. But at the end of the day,
let me ask you a question.
I just let that go. Sure.
Let me ask you, can you change the flat tire?
Absolutely.
All right, there you go.
No, ain't no there you go. Fuck out of here. Anyway, I wanted to ask you. Listen, look, a man should know how to change a fucking tire. I don't care if he don't have no car. You should know how to change the tire. That shit ain't rocket science. You know what I mean? Now, I don't care if your dad, your uncle, your old head, your big brother, somebody should have showed you how to change a tire. I'm sorry. I'm not excusing that shit.
I'm telling you, you keep thinking this shit is a joke.
I'm not saying.
I'm on the road every day, so I've seen it, right?
Of course.
All right. So I've seen it. So yeah, they sit in the car with your boy.
I'm not saying that there aren't plenty of men who don't know how to do it. I'm saying there shouldn't be no men who don't know how to do it. So for once in my life, I'm dealing with what should be instead of what actually is. I know for a fact that there are dudes who can't do it, but it shouldn't be that way.
Okay.
So let me give y'all some quick hits. Let's do some quick hits. A man and a woman are going out. I don't know. I don't care. Shopping, eating, wherever they going. One car. Who drives?
I drive for a living.
I'm just saying. Who's supposed?
It'd be nice to be chauffeur, but if we gotta do what we gotta do, then I guess I'll drive. Miss Yellow Big Road. I mean, that Miss Yellow Big Road instead of Miss Yellow Big Road.
Who drives, Davida?
So you said you're going out. Who drives?
Yeah, who drives?
Yeah.
I would very much prefer someone drive me. I would love to have that luxury. I really would love to have someone come to my house and just pick me up and say they're on their way, give me a time. I promise you, I'll be 30 minutes early. I'll be ready.
Okay.
What? Don't even. But I would love to have the.
I'm on I-95 right now, and I'm on my way.
Okay, now hold on. Hold on. I'm not done. Okay. So y'all agree that the man should be the one who drives. What if it's not his car?
What do you mean if it's not his car?
What's not his car? Yeah, what you talking about?
I mean, maybe his car's in the shop. It's your car.
Okay.
You talking about rent a car, sidekick car, white car, husband car?
I have no problem. Like if you can drive,
Mhm.
and I've been in this situation too. I have let him drive my car, and I don't like his driving. And I prefer to drive. I've been there, done that. And I prefer to drive with that situation because sometimes when you give somebody the wheel of your car, it comes back and something ain't right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but when they put their foot in your car and they start driving your car, it don't drive the same. I've been there, done that. So then in that situation, I get it. But I don't mind if the man knows how to drive and he drives good and I'll give him my car. I'll let him drive my car. No problem.
Do you care what you pick them up in? I mean, what they pick you up in? Like a bus, a car, a big one.
All right, wait. Nah, fuck all that. I just want to know who's driving. Now, okay, if y'all are making reservations to go to a restaurant or a hotel or whatever, who makes the reservations? Who sets up the reservation? Come on, I ain't got all night.
9 times out of 10, it's the woman. I've done that some years back. I ain't done that no time recently. But 9 times out of 10, it's the woman doing that for me anyway. But I think that it's romantic for a man to do it, just from a woman's perspective. If a man took initiative to do something like that, oh, that would turn me the hell on. I'm going to just tell you that right now. Just made the reservations and said, hey, we got the reservations. I got you. All right.
Hey.
Well, we know what your answer. Keith, we already know what your answer is going to be now. We might as well go to the next.
I done did it plenty of times. I make reservations. I travel, so I make reservations before. I ain't never scared to make reservations. That's the easy part. The thing is who's paying for it. That's what it is. But reservations is no problem. We can make reservations. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's my final answer. What else you got? Come on.
All right. Y'all go to an amusement park, Six Flags. And he's okay, hold on. Okay. Y'all go to Six Flags and maybe he's a little intimidated by going on, I don't know, roller coaster, Ferris wheel, whatever goes up high and it goes fast. Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we good, but hell with that. Listen, I'm too old to on the roller coaster. No, not me no more. She got it. I'll sit right there and hold the teddy bear for her while she get up there and go on there. We can go on Space Mountain something later, but no, it's dark, but I ain't getting on the roller coaster no more. You forget that. Them days is over.
Okay.
I'm a big kid at heart, so I think even now that I'm 43, I haven't been on a roller coaster in some years. Even with my back issues, I still would do it just because I like exciting shit. I like spontaneous things. I like things that keep me on my toes. As long as I feel safe. Even if roller coaster is still unsafe, I would take the chance. I do. I love to feel that rush. I love adrenaline. That's me.
I see you when you come down. I'll be there holding the teddy bears for you. Come on. Welcome back. I ain't doing it.
I love the adrenaline. I do. I love it.
I'm 43.
I'll do. Yeah. And I'll do an indoor skydiving, but I'm not going to do no out the plane skydiving. No.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. I'll do a roller coaster.
I think the last time.
When I drove limos, right quick, I took a bachelor party right over Jersey, and The ticket was like $195. They gave it to me. I said, "What's this for?" They said, "Skydiving." I said, "Oh, okay." They said, "You coming up?" I said, "Fuck no. Y'all go right ahead. I'm going to sit my black ass right here and cash this ticket back in for y'all and see y'all when hopefully y'all come back." Why would I jump out a pretty good plane? There's nothing wrong with it. All right, next, man.
Okay. All right. The last time I was on a roller coaster, I think it was either 2021 or 2022. Me and my daughter went, and I think we must have got on the highest roller coaster like about 4 times in a row. It had to be. It was definitely during the pandemic because we had to wear masks. So I mean, either you with it or you ain't. So I've never, I don't know. I guess I'm just not the type to be scared of anything I gotta pay for. I figure if I pay for it, it's safe. And if it's, I mean, that's normally how it goes because it's normally insurance. Because it's normally insurance involved. Not that some people haven't had some bad things happen to them at amusement parks. But all right, so let's do this. Let's say y'all go to a restaurant, and it's a different restaurant than y'all usually go to. Like he's used to more American, typical American food, burgers, fries, I don't know, wingdings, whatever, steak, that kind of shit. Y'all go to a sushi spot or something like that. Yeah, I mean, maybe even caviar, something like that.
You ever asked the damn question?
I'm asking the question. So, he turning his nose up because he don't want to try. You at the sushi bar, he don't want to eat no sushi. Now, my personal feelings, if you eat a coochie, you shouldn't have a problem with sushi. However, I don't like sushi. But in a situation,
this ain't no little camp. And pay on my coochie and sushi. Hell no, man.
In a situation like this,
it's raw fish, dog. Ain't nothing happening, dog. Ain't nothing going raw in a person's body. It's wrapped up no matter.
The thing is, it might have been his love for her that allowed her to drag his ass to the sushi bar in the first place. Okay, if you don't want, okay, hold on. No, we gonna do the sushi, and then I'm going to give you an alternative to the sushi. But anyway, so y'all go to the sushi bar. She already with the sushi. You know what I mean? With the hot sauce on the sushi and all those shit. And, he bitching. You know what I'm saying? So things like this can kind of get in the way because she may have been trying to softly bully him into, having new experiences. And he like, nah, we good. You know what I'm saying? So what happens?
Listen, love make you do some crazy shit out of life. You want them to try it for the first time and taste it. All right, you don't like it. But, 9 out of 10 you ain't gonna like it though. But, it might taste good. You know what I mean? Never know. But if she be like, if you love me, you'll take a bite. So it's like, oh shit, like, do I love you? There's enough to take a bite? All right, let me try it. You know what I mean? Or, she could say some other things. You try it, I knock you, off. So, you never know. But, it's whatever.
Okay. It could be a hookah bar. She got you to go to a hookah bar. She in there hookahing it up. And you like, man, I ain't smoking that shit. Everything good? Like, what you doing in a hookah bar if you ain't hookahing?
And I'm with my lady now, who get up. You never know. It's the moral support. I mean, at the end of the day, like hookah, sushi, and other kind of coochie, it rhymes with uchi and it goes out to buchi.
Oh, God. I'm glad. You know what? Here it is, 4:04 in the morning. I'm so glad I just looked at the time. We out of here. Listen, I appreciate you. Yo, David, I appreciate you calling in. Keith, I appreciate you. You know, you my brother. It's always a good time. But we out of here.
All right, man.
We will do birthday shout outs and be out. Thanks for calling in, y'all. Thanks for all the commentary.
Much love.
All right.
Much love. Later.
It's always going down when Keith come in. It's always going down. All right, y'all. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 18th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Angel Diaz, happy birthday to you. And also Bernard Hall and Ron Tony Small, Phyllis Beck, Margaret Bona, Angel Gonzalez, Devin Robinson, and that's a female. My cousin Siobhan Rush, New York's finest, Beasley Reese, former sportscaster in Philadelphia News, and Alpha Bohannon, last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious March 18th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on it to the jam to rock out. Rock on it to the damn rock out. Rock on it to the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, she's my bully and my baby. Drive me crazy. Have me doing energetic shit when I'm lazy, and I'll be like, wanting to say no, but I'll be putting on my clothes and let's go. Yo, whatever you want to do, since I love you, you love me too. And I'm sure that fact, I know how to act, so we gonna do this thing. Yo, I attack anything with a lot of force, and she be forcing me to do things, and of course, it feels good with the force that she used, so I don't never feel like my ego got bruised. And I know I can't lose because she made sure that I feel like a winner from the beginner. That the thing that we got together, I would wear coats in any weather. This girl is real kind of hot. And I feel like sometimes I can't leave the spot. She's my baby and my bully, baby. She's my baby and my bully. She's my baby and my bully. Sometimes I feel like I'm attached to a bully. Yeah, we gonna do the zip lining. I don't really want to be doing no zip lining. That shit be looking kind of dangerous. But I did that shit, put the shit on my wrist, and while I was zip lining, find myself kind of scared. I had to get mentally prepared. Have you ever been there? Everything is gonna be okay. You care? Well, when you care about somebody, you will help them do a lot of shit. Yo, listen, Adi. Next time, let me lead. Don't be trying to embarrass me in front of nobody. I say, yo, you the one, but I gotta make sure that the sun always shines. And I ain't trying to get behind in the times. Everything is gonna be all right. I'm getting mine. She's my baby and my bully, baby. She's my baby and my bully. She's my bully and my baby. Drive me crazy. I don't understand this shit. Feeling kind of hazy. Every time she come around, still getting goosebumps. 5 years later when I see her in pumps. Yo, this shit's kind of wild. Already had a child. And that was after the menopause. What the fuck is going on? Let's take a pause for the cause. Give a shout out to those who love loss. And sometimes I let her be the boss. They say happy life, happy wife. Fuck out of here. I be feeling kind of trife. But she's my bully and my baby, baby. She's my bully and my baby. Bully and my baby. Baby and my bully. Bully and my baby. Baby and my... All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back. Tomorrow night with another Daily Go Get 'Em Business show. Make sure y'all come on through. 2 a.m. is when we do what we do. Let's get the final results of this poll here. Final results of this poll. 19 likes, y'all. Y'all was stingy as hell with the likes tonight. That shit makes no sense, man. No sense. 19 likes. 19 likes? This is bullshit. All right. So the poll question, out of 37 votes, as long as two people love each other, does it matter whether the woman or the man is dominant? 54% said yes, the man should always lead. 19% said no, whoever is strongest leads. 27% said there should be no leader. That is interesting. There should be no leader. Somebody butthurt. Somebody is butthurt over a relationship. But hey, man, there's no accounting for the experiences that people have had. So it goes down the way it goes down. But yeah, like I said, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Make sure y'all come back tomorrow at 2 a.m. so we can get loose. You know who I am. All right. So listen, man. Let me sit off my take my microphone out here. Either we about to go to bed or about to go to work. Go to work or about to go to bed. What's it gonna be? Y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming through. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it, or should I say, hope y'all enjoyed watching the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it. We'll be right back at you. Peace. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Stop fronting.